forward to see how much you could save.
Before you chase your debt through consolidation or declare bankruptcy, talk to us first.
Find out the secret credit card companies don't want you to know. Call DebtBlue now at 1-800-436-1784 to learn how much money you could save as we help put you back on the road to financial freedom.
Over the years, I developed an investing strategy that continues to deliver unstoppable prosperity. Hi, everyone. I'm Charles Payne. As a young man from Harlem, I had nothing. I used the stock market to create my wealth. I know how Wall Street works. I've lived it as both a stockbroker and market analyst. Over time, I developed my own unique investing strategy that's beaten the market through both record-breaking bull runs and, yes, even those inevitable crashes and corrections. In my new book, I show you exactly how I do it. And today, I'd like to give you a free copy so you can learn to create your own unstoppable prosperity.
Just cover delivery to receive Charles Payne's new book absolutely free. Call 800-370-5511 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com right now and you'll also get his new DVD for free. So don't wait. Call 800-370-5511 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com now. That's unstoppableprosperity.com.
Look, this isn't my first rodeo. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't be here if I thought reverse mortgages took advantage of any American senior. Or worse, that it was some way to take your home. It's just a loan designed for older homeowners, and it's helped over 1 million Americans. A reverse mortgage loan isn't some kind of trick to take your home. It's a loan, like any other. Big difference is how you pay it back.
Find out how reverse mortgages really work with AAG's free no-obligation reverse mortgage guide. Eliminate monthly mortgage payments, pay bills, medical costs, and more. Call now and get your free info kit. Call 800-660-4078.
Other mortgages are paid each month, but with a reverse mortgage, you can pay whatever you can when it works for you. Or you can wait and pay it off in one lump sum when you leave your home.
Discover the option that's best for you. Call today and find out more in AAG's free no-obligation reverse mortgage loan guide. Access tax-free cash and stay in the home you love.
You've probably been investing in your home for years, making monthly mortgage payments, doing the right thing. And it's become your family's heart and soul. Well, that investment can give you tax-free cash just when you need it.
Learn how homeowners are strategically using a reverse mortgage loan to cover expenses, pay for health care, preserve your portfolio, and so much more.
Look, reverse mortgages aren't for everyone, but I think I've been around long enough to know what's what. I'm proud to be a part of AAG. I trust them. I think you can too.
Trust AAG for the best reverse mortgage solutions. Call 800-660-4078 so you can
retire better.
Welcome back to American Agenda. I'm Bob Sellers here with Allison Maloney. Former Secretary of State George Shultz passed away over the weekend at 100 years old. In his long career, he was well known for working under not only President Richard Nixon, but also President Ronald Reagan for more than 8 years as his Secretary of State. Shultz accomplished many achievements in his lifetime, even being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor back in the 80s. Joining us now to honor his memory is columnist for the American Spectator and friend of George Shultz that worked alongside him in the Reagan administration, Jeffrey Lord. Jeffrey, thank you for talking about this. What was his signature talent?
He was a very strong negotiator, remembering that he'd first headed a cabinet department. It was the Department of Labor, and he knew a great deal about how to negotiate. And I have two tales to tell you, one a serious one and one a humorous one. In the fall of 1986, as a young political aide, I was busy with my colleagues sending President Reagan around America to campaign for Republican House and Senate candidates. Suddenly, everything came to a screeching halt because the Soviet Union's President Gorbachev wanted a summit. It was quickly arranged for Reykjavik, Iceland. Mr. Shultz and President Reagan go over there. They're in these negotiations, which are going very well. It's to reduce nuclear arms, and they think they've really got something. And just when everything is about set, Gorbachev says, of course, to do this, you have to stop all research on the Strategic Defense Initiative. which was a Reagan idea. And Reagan, of course, strongly opposed it. So did Shultz. Well, it quickly became obvious that unless they did that, they weren't going to get the INF agreement on reduction of nuclear weapons. So President Reagan, a former labor negotiator himself, looked at George, and they both sort of nodded, and he said, "George, let's go." They got up abruptly from the table, got their coats, and walked out. And you could see there are pictures of this. You could see the look on Reagan's face. He was really angry. And Gorbachev says, "I don't know what else I could have done," to which Reagan replied, "You could have said yes." Gets in the car, drives off, gets back on the plane, and comes back to do campaigning around America. The humorous story is that Secretary Shultz was a very proud graduate of Princeton. And on one occasion, he was in a gym somewhere, I don't know where this was, and was in the locker room to take a shower. And suddenly the news comes out. The emblem of Princeton is the Princeton Tiger. And he had a Princeton Tiger tattooed on his hindquarters. And the news of this got out. He thought this was hugely amusing. So did the rest of us.
I think a lot of people think that's pretty cool nowadays.
Yes, exactly. But he was very down to earth, but he was a very, very smart guy. And, he does deserve a serious measure of credit for ending and winning the Cold War. He was not going to let this pass, both he and President Reagan, and they received tons of criticism about this. When they wanted to put Pershing missiles in Europe, I vividly remember this. There were millions of people that flooded the streets of like New York and Washington and Paris and London to protest and all this. Well, he stood strong and said, absolutely, under no circumstances, we're going to put these there, and the Soviets are going to have to deal with them. And that is eventually the kind of thing that ended the Cold War and caused the collapse of the Soviet Union. Yeah, that's amazing. I wish we had more time to talk. He was one of those guys that was under the radar but doing a lot of work. He didn't want the attention. He did the hard work, though, that went into Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon and their accomplishments. So we appreciate you sharing some of that. Thanks so much, Jeffrey. You bet. Thanks, Bob.
All right. We'll be back with more of American Agenda after this.